I'm a little embarrassed to admit this. I really like New England IPAs. So, let's go make one. All right, New England IPA, water chemistry is super important. Brewing salts going in. I'm also going to adjust for my mash pH by putting in 4 milliliters of lactic acid. And give it a good stir to make sure that's all incorporated well. Grain bill's pretty big. This is heavy. I've got 11 pounds of Pilsner malt. I've got 3 pounds of flaked oats. I've got 1 pound of flaked wheat. I've got 1 pound, 8 ounces of golden naked oats. And then I am gonna throw in some handfuls of rice hulls just to make sure that the mash is getting a little bit of drainage through there. I am gonna recirculate this one just so I can get the best efficiency that I possibly can. So let's go dump this in. I'm gonna start with a handful of rice hulls. Thank you to Northern Brewer for supplying the ingredients for this batch of beer. If you need ingredients, that is a great place to go. It's a one-stop shop for all your brewing needs. And they have incredible customer service. I absolutely love their stuff. So thank you once again, Northern Brewer. Let's get some rice hulls in there. Time to mash in. Give it a stir. Put some rice hulls in. Another handful of rice hulls. More grains. And give it a stir. More rice hulls. And more mash. I'll top it off with another handful of rice hulls. One last mix. This one is thick. So I'm kind of always adding upgrades here and there to the system, and the one thing that I didn't really like was I was just using a thermometer that I was sticking in the mash down there for the temperature during the mash. I picked up this little inline thermometer, which so far is working fabulously. I mean, it's holding right around 150, 152, and then I can just throw on the burner. So this is really making the whole mashing process and temperature regulation a lot easier, because I know that's one of the things I've always struggled with on the propane system is temperature regulation during the mash. I am gonna do all Whirlpool hops, and because I'm taking a little trip down to San Diego tomorrow with the boys to go watch the Padres play, normally I throw my hops in at high Kreuzen to try to get some of that hop biotransformation that's going on, but I'm not gonna be here to do that. So I'm actually going to be dip hopping again, second batch in a row. This beer, I'm using Mosaic and Galaxy. Hopefully by the time I get back from San Diego, my beer is fermented out and ready to go. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know how this one passed me up, but this is the Hillsborough Hops. Yes, there is a baseball team named after hops. So I guess you could really say now, I'm making a New England IPA. I've got hops on my hat. I am now a hop head. So my wife's got this handy little tea kettle, electric kettle that heats up almost exactly 1.5 liters of water. So, and I can set it to 180 degrees right there. So heat it up to 180 degrees, pour it in all over the hops. I'm gonna let them sit for about an hour in there while I finish up the mash and get the boil going. Like I said, I'm only doing a 30-minute boil and a 20-minute hop stand, so they'll probably be in there for maybe a little bit more than an hour, but they smell fantastic already. That's a heavy grain basket. I have not ever tried this yeast, and as a closet lover of New England IPAs, I feel like this is one of the ones I should try. All right, Whirlpool hops are in. Whirlpool 170, 180 degrees for, I'm gonna do 15 minutes. And then we're gonna crash it down and throw it on top of those delicious dip hops. Finish up this brew day. Cheers. Can you see that? You definitely can't see through it. That is a hazy IPA. I dip hopped again. The smell off the fermenter, again, was fantastic. I get a lot of grapefruit and citrus in this one though. I was kind of hoping, because I thought Mosaic and Galaxy I was gonna get maybe a little bit more like kind of a passion fruit guava, more of a tropical vibe, you know? The thing that makes the difference is the mouthfeel on it. I thought with, gosh, I think I had almost like 4 pounds of flaked adjuncts in there. I thought that was gonna make it like super creamy. I think I gotta dial in my water chemistry. I really do. It's got the juice flavor, but it's still on the citrus side. Little bit of that tropical, like kind of guava, maybe. That tropical flavor is in there, but there's a lot of grapefruit. There's a lot of grapefruit, which I was kind of surprised at. I was not expecting grapefruit. I'm used to grapefruit in like more of a West Coast IPA style. Is it bad? No, it's just not what I expected. I do want to work on the mouthfeel a little bit too, so I'm going to play around with my water chemistry on this one. It's definitely hazy. That haze is going to stick around for a while, so nailed that part. Nailed the color. I have never used golden naked oats before. That's the color I want. It's beautiful. It's doing the trick, and it's not super high in alcohol. Came out 5.5%. My glass just keeps filling up. Did dip hops work for this? Yes, they did, and it's super easy to do. I don't know, I think we need to experiment a little bit more with the dip hops and do maybe some side-by-side things before I'm fully sold on it. But so far, I'm 2 for 2. It's worked out just fine, no issues, you know, no issues at all. One of the first videos that actually took off for me on this channel was a juicy Kvaik NEIPA, which that one was one of the first ones that I did for the channel, and that one was one of the better ones. So if you want to check out that video, click up here. If you want to see how dip hopping is done, check this video out right here, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.